It's a sombre New Year's Day in the central Russian city of Magnitogorsk. People there are still coming to terms with the tragic collapse of an apartment block in the early hours of Monday morning. At least 8 people died, and the fate of dozens more remain unknown. The search and rescue operation in Magnitogorsk has been suspended. Teams there are trying to secure the remainder of the building against further collapse. Our correspondent Igor Zhdanov met some of those touched by the tragedy.
The day before, our cat called out all evening. The next day, we saw the left part of the block had fallen down. I was sleeping when I heard boom, boom. We were at home, but we were supposed to have gone there too. My mom was supposed to be at work that day, but at the last moment she got the day off.
My daughter called me at 7:15 in the morning and told me that our entrance had been destroyed. When I went down, I saw it was in ruins. My wife was rescued by firefighters with a ladder.
Well, for the first time since the beginning of the operation, rescue workers have had to make a pause. Basically, they're saying that the risk of the collapse of the building is simply too high right now for them to continue clearing out the rubble. So they say they will have to solve this problem first until they get back to what they were doing. Journalists have been moved even further away from the epicenter of the blast, as you can see, just for safety reasons, really. And also, I talked to some people who used to live in this building, and they're saying that even the condition of entrances that are further away from the collapsed part is causing concern.
We returned in the evening to check on our flat, from the 5th floor to the 10th, and we live on the 10th. A crack had appeared.
We were at home sleeping when we were woken by our apartment shaking. We didn't know what was going on and rushed to our child. There was a sudden noise, as if something had exploded outside. My husband went to see what had happened, then returned and said we need to pack because our block had collapsed.
Well, in fact, the danger of further destruction of the building was in focus on Monday when Vladimir Putin was here discussing the situation with the ministers and in general with the emergency crews. Have a listen.
Today we assess the situation in the 6th, 7th and 8th entrances as being dangerous. All other entrances, after a visual inspection, seem to be okay. We need to find out more, but there are no apparent dangers.
But visually, seemingly, isn't enough for an accurate evaluation, if you know what I mean.
But really what this halt in the operation means is that the chances of finding survivors under the rubble, well, it just gets slimmer and slimmer. Just to remind us, still more than 30 people are unaccounted for. Their fate is unknown. As for those affected by the tragedy, well, there are hundreds of them. We've seen people who have had to escape the blast taking very little with them, so they need the most basic necessities like a toothbrush or a toothpaste. And really we've seen how the city has come together and how others have been bringing warm clothes to donate to those in need right now. In this sense, the operation is going on 24/7.